Washoe County corruption. Continued public testimony by a man, Jeffrey Merritt Wilson, for the exhibits 1 through 33, criminal claims. This testimony is Exhibit 2. Official oath, Mary M. Canderas, Chief Deputy District Attorney of Washoe County, State of Nevada. Criminal claims. Here's a file stamp from the Secretary of State on 8/30/24, 26 pages, uploaded on the public view Secretary of State website C5742-1981, filing number 20244295289. Notice State Attorney General's Office, case number 46481, filed up on the Secretary of State's website, 9/28/23. We're going to be testimony on Exhibit 2 by my information, beliefs, and first-hand witnessing. Initial claim, State Farm, after receipt of books, records, duties, Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association. Exhibit 2, referral criminal claims against Robert Arthur Naring, Natalie Ann Naring et al. Copyright copy claim. This product works. Contract notice claims by the Jeffrey Merritt Wilson, author. Page 13 of 47. Okay, this is Wilcox Ranch Property Owner Association. Date 9/20/22. I sent this to State Farm Fire and Casualty Company. And this was the insurance policy for Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association. And then the carrier, Termini Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., delivered it to them. They're the broker for the insurance policy. Notice of state claim, reservation or rights for insurance coverage, policy number 98CB24084, or previous policy number. My name is Jeffrey Merritt Wilson. I am a member of the Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association, as well as a voted-in secretary and treasurer of said association. See Attachment 1, filing with the Secretary of State. The property that I am in control over is commonly known as 4055 Wilcox Ranch Road, Reno, Nevada, which is part of Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association. I reserve this claim for the benefits of all members in good faith. Now then, after hearing about many complaints about road work not being done by the association, various members, on or about 6/22/2020 approximately, I was informed with information from the members that there was some sort of misappropriation of funds used from the Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association account by the former officers and or by various board members who may have something or know something about it. Later, I was given a whole package of copies of checks written by the former officers Robert Naring, President, and Natalie Naring, Secretary Treasurer. After review, I noticed numerous irregularities, evidence of misappropriation of funds, possible evidence of embezzlement. One note was a complete absence of all invoices and receipts for approximately 15 years that the Narings were apparently in charge of. Also note that there were checks written to the wife, Moose Guard, of the equipment operator for over $15,000 when the husband supposedly was doing the work, which to me looks like some sort of an attempt at a tax evasion, and no tax documents and files. Further, after I was able to review the 2 boxes of bookkeeping documents that were given to me by the former Secretary Lola J. Whitehead, and found no documentation or very little of what and where the money was used for on a nonprofit association. In the records, I found multiples of emails with complaints, threats of lawsuits about the road work not being done, but funds have been taken. I found monies from checking account being used to pay for services and other entity bills. I could not find any documentation for the billing of approximately $40,000 that was taken by President, Secretary, Treasurer Narings, and Moose Guards in what looks like a private business only benefiting them. See attachment 2. For the past several years, which is strictly against association bylaws and without proper licensing or insurance. And concerning a damaged association asset bulldozer, Narings Moose Guards acting in concert and in charge of the bulldozer asset now left abandoned on a member's fence line as they have refused to repair, refused to inform where the parts are after multiple attempts by me to find out for the past 3 years. And despite writing themselves checks for $950 for bulldozer repairs, this has deprived the association of use of the equipment asset, not to mention leaving the broken dozer on another member's property, and in question of the tax set-off concerning the donated bulldozer by one of the members, Shrek, James Lee Shrek. On July 22, 2021, when I was elected by the member votes and entered as Secretary and Treasurer by the previous officer, Lola Whitehead, former Secretary Treasurer, within a week or so, there was an attempt to thwart my position by another previous officer or they found out that I had acquired the association documents. That was Catherine Glather, employee of the Washoe County GID. I was also quasi-threatened with harm and slander that I was a registered sex offender by one of the members who I don't know but is connected to real estate transactions in the area of Wilcox Ranch. Also, I found a group email chain between the Narings and other board members demanding roadwork be done so they could access their properties. The Narings were telling them that they should let them know when they intend to visit their property and they would fix the road at that time. A Wilcox Ranch property owner and land salesman, Jeff Reese, attempted several times to make offers on various properties at a below average price. I was shocked at this as to why and what was going on. In turn, I started asking questions, and I had the idea I could attempt to clean the association up and get it in the right direction for all to benefit from the necessary road maintenance of everyone, including my interests that were required upon condition of purchase of our properties. With the little documentation I had, I started sending out billing statements and get on track. On August 6, 2021, based off multiple complaints, including emails and my own beliefs based off the file evidence in my possession, I submitted a police report with the Washoe County law enforcement per my fiduciary duty to protect all the members of the association regarding many improprieties that appear to have been taking place previous to me by past officers. I also believe that a full audit needs to be done by a third party to look into the matters for the past 15 years or so concerning the association. On July 16, 2022, during an annual meeting, see attachment 3, after notifying all the members by mail, I was presented with 2 signed documents by members, see attachment 4, as my obligation to pay dues documents. One of the members told me that I could be liable for acting in my position as an officer of the association unlawfully, and they had retained an attorney concerning this matter, but did not provide me with any documentation from said attorney. I believe that was Patrick Ramey Millsap that the attorneys referred to here now. Some of the people who signed this document seem to be the ones who are thwarting the existence of the association and refused to pay the annual dues, including the former officers Robert Naring, President, and Natalie Naring, Secretary Treasurer. The reasonable justification for this notice of this claim and reservation of rights for insurance coverage is as follows. 1, to protect the property interests of all members, including myself. 2, to ensure property values by the road maintenance to access member properties. 3, to ensure medical and fire safety access for member benefit. 4, to cover my attempts to protect interests without being threatened. 5, to protect and have access to equipment to repair the road due to storm road blowouts so members have access and or are not stranded. 6, members have been paying for honest service and in my opinion not receiving what they have been forced to pay by their title insurance when they purchase their properties. 7, to stop devaluations of property and possible sale losses due to lack of road maintenance, that some people did not have access or know how to work on road. 8. Further monies and liens by the attorneys Gail Agnes Kern Esquire and the previous officers Robert Naring and Natalie Naring had previously been fined liens on properties for non-payment, and it appears several people lost their properties due to this. See attachment 5. Robert A. Naring and Natalie Naring, previous officers, were instrumental in orchestrating these events without any audits for the past approximately 15 years on a nonprofit association. Need third-party audit. 10. Late fees have been previously invoked against members with threats of lien by previous officers Robert A. Naring and Natalie Naring and attorneys. 11. Multiples of properties over the years appearing to have had liens put on them, and also to the effect of sales on the courthouse steps to cover the late fees. 12. For the past year or so, I kept getting emails with complaints as to what was going on with the association and road work. 13. Certain members appearing to be currently acquiring properties, Shrek, and not having title insurance contact me as the association on their title documents. 14. Rumors or talk about future developments, inside information in order to devalue and or redline certain properties in order to get them at a lower cost. 15. See attachment 6, articles of incorporation. 16. See attachment 7, collection policy. 17. See attachment 8, state farm insurance policy. Note officer coverage. 18. See attachment 9, miscellaneous email complaints. 19. See attachment 10, miscellaneous road damage pictures. Please respond in writing and advise as to 1. My personal liability or my good faith attempt to preserve the interests of all members, 85-ish, and or advise me by your attorneys as to if I should continue my efforts to hold the association together. 2. Advise me of my insurance cover if I continue my efforts as to my liability. 3. Also confirm that if this association has not been operating lawfully per attachment 4 since 2001, what are the ramifications concerning monies, liens taken, put from on the members? 4. And if attorneys Gail Agnes Kern Esquire are trained in law and are supposed to know the law, why since 2001 did they not correct this problem? This is considered a basic outline of events timelines. More information will come forth as evidence is acquired. All rights reserved. Jeffrey Merritt Wilson. Okay, attachment 1. This is the filing with the Secretary of State. Okay, this thing was formed in 81. Okay, termination date, perpetual. This is none of my doing. They did this. They voted it in. Okay, and I've kept this all intact. Okay, registered agent Lola J. Whitehead. She was the previous Secretary Treasurer. And you can find all this information. This is where they put me in. Right here. This is when it happened. I didn't do this. They did it. The former officers put me in. They filed this up and put me in there. Attachment 2. Wilcox Property Owners Association breakdown on checks. Okay. This is checks that were provided to me by one of the members, and I had a duty to look at it, so